Hi everybody, it's Paul here from Ballistic Blood Bullets with some horror and exploitation courtesy of an entry to Miyacemu's 152 subscriptions contest. Congratulations Luke, absolutely fantastic, well deserved, and those subscriptions will continue to grow without question. Anybody not knowing Luke, aka Miyacemu, do go across to his channel please straight away. Great guy, knows his stuff, good fun as well, big fun. Check him out, I'll leave his link below. Get across there as soon as you can. His contest runs until the end of October, and it is all for those that are already subscribed, which is fair enough, and well done for setting down the rules, Luke. That's very well done, and we all appreciate how much effort and work you put into your channel, and always big fun, as I say, to stop by and check it out. What we're looking at here as a backdrop is, as I'm sure all of you know, 2019, after the fall of New York. One of my personal favourites, a bit of an exploitation film I guess, more of a sci-fi, great Euro fun, blockbuster, action sci-fi, and directed by Sergio Martino, and stars Michael Sopke and the rather beautiful French lady Valentine Monnier. Excuse me. But that is just my backdrop, because what Luke is really interested in is horror, and his competition, what he's asked of us is to, there's 3 parts to the competition, and you can enter any one of the 3 or 2 of the 3 or all 3, and I'm going to give it my best shot and try and go for all 3 if that's okay. What Luke first and foremost has asked us to do is recommend a horror or exploitation film, and a film that I have no hesitation in recommending. May well be known to him, it's certainly been known to a lot of you guys, but it's a real favourite of mine and one that I regularly go back to, and that film is Horror Express, and it stars Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing and Telly Savalas in a bit of a bad guy role. Now what's really pleasing to me about this film, it's a great old school 70s, I think it's about 1974, and it's one of the horror films from the Spanish stable, and it is centered around a transportation on the Trans-Siberian Express of a creature, an ape-like creature that has been frozen. It's got sort of elements, I guess, almost of The Thing, but set on a train, and this train is on a one-way track, so to speak, can't stop, and in the frozen backdrop, and all the occupants of the train need to get from point A to point B, but of course never as simple as that in the good old traditions of horror movies, and Messrs Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing are soon up against an evil entity, and this evil entity raises up from the frozen tomb and starts taking over the occupants, those of a weak mind, on the train, and that includes Telly Savalas. And we get some fantastic scenes. It's almost like zombies, where the creature takes over the occupants of the train and turns them against those that are of a stronger mind and are able to fight the evil entity. Seeing the creatures rise up in the form of zombies, their eyes all white, and blood drips off of their face and through their eyes in the climatic scene, which is absolutely fantastic. This is a glorious film, love it to death, absolutely brilliant, and no hesitation recommending this as a horror film to Luke for the competition. And what I'm really pleased about is another reason that this has come to the forefront of my mind and putting it forward for this contest, is that I've just noticed that this very film is getting the Blu-ray treatment and is hitting high definition in November, so definitely one to look out for without question, and that is Horror Express. Great stuff indeed. Okay, next up, part 2 to Luke's contest. He's asked us, when was the last time you got scared by a horror movie? And as he rightly alluded to, we don't tend to get scared. Well, I mean, most of us have seen so many horror films that it's hard to scare us, but we're always looking for that movie that is going to send a shiver down our spine and raise the hair on the back of our neck. It's one of those pursuits that we always look for. Even having watched horror films for so many years, we still want that unique experience, and that's why we keep going back for more. For me, there's the odd little sort of scare here and there, which is great, but the film that last really made me jump, and that was at the cinema. It was quite a few years ago now, but it was again my sort of pet fear, and that is to do with possession and exorcism. And the film in question is Exorcist 3. Completely eerie atmosphere, really spine-tingling music, all done to great effect. But it's that scene in the hospital, for those who've seen the film, with where everything is so quiet, dead of night, and then just out of nowhere, with perfect delivery, is when the nurse appears with these giant shears out of nowhere and just races across the screen. It is pan-splattering time. I've never seen an audience jump forward in unison in fright. I can't remember that at all. That is the one and only time I've seen that happen, and I was amongst those people that leapt forward. It's such a creepy film. Very, very good indeed, without question. So that's my last real experience of being scared by a horror movie, and that's The Exorcist 3. Now, the fun part of the competition, or warped part, should I say, Luke, perhaps? Very well done, though. Good question indeed. And the question he's posing here is, picture your worst enemy and put them in a death by horror movie scene. So a bit of fun, and you know, I'd like to think that all of us don't really have anybody that we truly hate. Particularly the older we get, the more mature we are, we have to deal with these obnoxious people. But let's just put it in a what-if scenario, and there are always people that have annoyed us. But for me, let's suggest that a person that I may not like at all, I invite around for a beer and a meal and a movie, just to clear the air and put on a brave face, have a chat about movies, and just chill and make that person feel, oh, okay, he's making amends. So invite them in then to see your movie room. And for this special occasion, the movie room has been cunningly redesigned. And the redesigning incorporates something to do with a certain horror film. And what we will do is just casually open the door, tell the visiting person to reach for the light switch, just as you give them a bit of a firm push into the room. And then you just calmly turn around, walk away from the room with a wry smile, knowing full well that what they are experiencing within the room is torture, pain and torment beyond belief, all care of Dario Argento, and a scene from his film Suspiria. And that scene is the twisted, razor-sharp, tendril wire-like ensnarement of the room sequence from that film. And what a punishing, awful way to go. But hey, it's all make-believe. Let's run with it. Let's have fun, eh? So there we are. Just to reassure you guys, I don't want to close this on a sort of warped sort of scene like that and leave the wrong impression, of course. So I think that I can say that you can rest assured that after such a highly descriptive outlay, I shall, of course, be booking an appointment with my psychologist and just talking through that sequence and see where it goes. But there we are, guys. That is my entries for Luke's fantastic contest. So I hope they're all okay, and I meet with your approval, Luke. And again, thanks very much for arranging and organising and hosting. It's a fun one to go with. And I shall leave you here with Michael Sopke And George Eastman stars of course, Sergio Martino's 2019 After the Fall of New York. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching, and thanks again to you, Luke. Great contest. Stay well, guys. Take care. Bye for now.